Hello, my YouTube family. How are you? I'm Helen Sadler, your Destiny Helper, coming to you once again with another subject that you all have been writing me for. This right here seemed to be an amazing topic. Many of you have questions of whether the narcissist has really missed you or whether the narcissist recognized that you were the one. And is there a right one for the narcissist? I really appreciate your emails. Keep them coming. Keep the question coming. It is a thrill for me to answer them. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what happens when the narcissist recognize that they have missed their main supply or they have missed the right one. Based on the question, I think there is a lot of illiteracy about narcissism because narcissism is a sense of entitlement. Narcissism is a sense of control. Narcissism is without empathy, and they have no ability to look back on and actually regret that they've lost something that's very valuable to them and important to them, although they can recognize value. They recognize value because they take supply and they put them in different categories, and you either black or white with them. You're either in or out. You're either in or you're discarded. And so the narcissist recognizing the good supply. Let's talk about that. The narcissist doesn't recognize to the point where if the narcissist leave you or you leave, where the narcissist will have regret of you leaving. This is why there is triangulation. This is why there's cheating. This is why there's habitual lying. This is why there's constant deception with the narcissist. The narcissist's inability to recognize your value is really tremendous. And this is why the constant cheating happens. So if you leave, will the narcissist miss you? Absolutely not. The narcissist may miss what you give to them in the essence of fuel, but they don't miss the relationship. Their mind does not think like that, because you got to remember, when you are supply, you are just that. You are supplied to the narcissist. So you are just like an object to them. And once the narcissists get you in their grip, they already feel like they own you. They already feel like you are their property. They already feel like you belong to them. So when they discard you, there's nothing that's great about it, because they're discarding what belongs to them. They are just dismantling their own property, and so they feel like no one can say anything to them about it, and that's why they have total disregard to your emotions. Now, when you're going through the love bombing, when you're going through the idealization with the narcissist, I mean, there's nothing better than you but gold. And so the narcissist loves you. That narcissist doesn't love you, but the narcissist tells you that they love you. The narcissist tell you that there's nobody like you. The narcissist tell you they never ever had anyone like you. The narcissist will tell you anything in the love bombing phase to keep you tied into that niche, to keep you going on that pathway, so they can lock you deeper and deeper. And they lock you in as long as they want to be with you. And then they come to the point where there's a devaluation. The point of devaluation is when the narcissist starts to dismantle the relationship. And when the narcissist dismantle the relationship, the narcissist need another shiny piece, another flickering piece, another sparkling piece that is gold, because the narcissist is bored easy. And so when the narcissist realize that you are human, that you have faults like every other supply that they've had, then you get categorized into every other supply. The narcissist doesn't stay on target. The narcissist leaves you with no regret. The narcissist will even leave their children with no regret. And so the narcissist doesn't have a sense of regret. So is it regret or no regret? The narcissist, if there's regret, the narcissists regret that they didn't get to use you as maximally as they wanted to use you. And they did not get out of you what they have originally planned, because they are so intentional. So the narcissists don't have regret. Regret means to be repentant. It means to be sorrowful. It means to change your mind about the perspective of things. It means to be disappointed, disillusioned, where the narcissist can be disillusioned. The narcissist can be frustrated, because one of the characteristics of the narcissist is they live in a fantasy world, and reality sometimes can be quite difficult. So while you're talking to them about a reality world, the narcissist is existing in an alternate world. Go to my video and listen to the narcissist and the alternate reality. That video will simply amaze you. But does the narcissist regret losing you to the point where they realize, with all the other supply, that you are the best thing for them, that you were the one, that you were the one they've been looking for, you're the one they've been searching for, and now their heart is heavy and they're grieved because without you, their life is empty. Without you, there's just no sense of fulfillment. That is not NPD. NPD does not have the ability to think like that. If anything, they're thinking it was your fault. And if you had did something else, we would still be together. If you had did what I told you to do, if you had not pushed me, if you had not spied on me, and a lot of times you're not spying on them, you're requiring responsibility of them. And the narcissists don't want to be responsible, because many of them are irresponsible in their behavior. And some irresponsible can cause lives, cause career, cause family. A narcissist doesn't care if you're married or single. The narcissist wants what they want when they want it, and they believe that when they want it, it wants them. So does the narcissist regret losing you? No, the narcissists feel like they didn't lose you. They feel like you wasn't warrant of their love, of their care, of their consideration. So they blame you and put you in a blackball. And as they blackball you and they start making up excuses why they don't have you, like if you had been more this, if you had more that, if you didn't say this, it will always be your fault. It will never be the narcissist's fault. So sometimes I think because we don't understand narcissism, and we are people who care, we're people who love, and we're used to having a man and woman love each other, give to each other in a mutual relationship. It's a give and take relationship. Well, that's not the way it is with narcissism. It's all take. And you say, yeah, but when I was with them, I could look in his eyes and tell that he loved me. No, he was fascinated with you. You're a new supply. It's just like buying a new coin or a new dress or a new shirt, and it's shiny, it's nice, it's pretty. They are mesmerized by the newness of it, and they venture off into it, because like anything that is new, there's all of these unknowns that get ready to happen. And so they're in a new place. There's no history. You don't know that they're terrible. You don't know that they have a mask on. You don't know that they are liars. You don't know that they have an inability to accept responsibility of wrong. You don't know that you're going to get blamed for every single thing that go wrong. You don't know if you bring the best friend over and the narcissist like the best friend, that they're going to start triangulating with the best friend. You don't know that. You don't know that the narcissist is not faithful. The narcissist is not loyal. You don't know that once you bring the narcissist around, they start thinking supply or flying monkeys, but they start thinking how they can get that individual on their team. So does the narcissist really miss you? Absolutely not. Because if the narcissist was miss you, they will have regret. If the narcissist will have regret, they will have sorrow. If the narcissist will have sorrow, they will be repentant. If they will be repentant, they can change their mind. They can change their heart. They can come to the good side of things. They can regret what they do and say, I'm sorry. I want my life to change. I don't want to use people. I don't want to abuse people. I don't want to hurt people. I want to love them, hold them, care for them. Everything, baby, I ever done to you, I'm really, really sorry. And when the narcissists say that, usually they're lying. It's deception to get you back involved, especially the mid-grade narcissists that usually with pity and self-centered emotionally and act as if they really, really care. And they a lot of times, the covert or the mid-range will go to the pity, and they will stay on your emotional side of pity. So they will make you feel obligated to give because of sorrow, and they lock you into the emotion. Well, all narcissists gonna lock you into the emotional realm. But you got to know that when you are with this narcissist, it's no sense of regret. They do not think like that. Their brain is not scheduled like this. And that's why when you talk to them, you're looking at them, and sometimes they look really confused over what you're saying. And you're like, this is simple. This is ABC. Why don't you understand that if you're going to mistreat me, I'm not going to stay. I'm not going to want to be there. And the narcissist is thinking like, how am I mistreating you? I'm just treating you like supply. Isn't that what you are? That's what they're thinking in their mind. And you're thinking, I want you to treat me like a person. The narcissist does not see a person. The narcissist see a fuel tank. The narcissist see supply. The narcissist see property. The narcissist see an object. An object has no opinion. An object has no rebuttal. So when you start to rebuttal, the narcissist scratches you off and think, you're causing me problems. You don't understand who I am. You don't understand that you are in my presence. You don't understand how great I am. Many people would give their right arm just to be where you are. Many people will love me. This is the narcissist, the sense of entitlement, the sense of grandiosity. And so how do a narcissist who think like this, loaded with pride, excuse me, loaded with pride, is going to miss you? No. They miss what you do. They miss what you give. When they're low in fuel, they want to go where the fuel is. And if they don't have another supply that they've locked into, then they will come back to you. It's called a hoover. And they will come back to you and hoover you. But if you notice that every time you take the narcissist back, what have you gotten but worse of the same that you had before? And they end up discarding, or you end up escaping, leaving again, because you went through the same things that you went through before. And it was the same lies. It was the same expectation. It was the same devaluation. They ghost you. They wanted you to feel guilty. They trauma bonded you. And what happens here is because the narcissist has a spirit of persuasion on them, and their bodies release the overloads of certain chemicals in your body that your brain take hold of these overloads of chemicals that cause you to be addicted, that cause you to bond. And these dopamines and serotonins and different addiction of chemicals flowing in your body, overloading your brain, which cause you to trauma bond like a kid that bonds to their mother. You start bonding to that narcissist, and you bond to them. And then when you bond to the narcissist make you work harder at the relationship, because you're working harder and harder and harder trying to get the relationship right. Why? Because most of the emotions is all on your part. The love is all on your part. You love the narcissist, but the narcissists have proven over and over and over again that they don't love you. But cognizance and dissonance would allow you to cause that to mislead, will cause you not to believe what the narcissist is saying. And so when you cause like this is not the reality, you make up a reality because the real information is too hard for your brain to handle. That doesn't make it right. That doesn't make it strong. That doesn't make the narcissist love you. The narcissist can't love themselves, and they definitely not going to love you. They are trapped within their own bodies. They're trapped within their own mind. And the only thing they can do is dislodge hatred and conniving and deception, because that's what is identified as NPD. You need to understand the characteristics of NPD, and it's total selfishness, it's total self-engagement. And I mean total self. Everything they do is with them in mind. They're using you, but it's with them in mind. If the narcissist leave, the narcissist is not laying on their bed at night wishing that you were there. That's not the way they're made up. And you will get deeper and deeper and deeper in the wounded, hurts, pain, torment, and just real torture, thinking that they're going to come back. And many of you have been waiting. You're like, where is my Hoover? Well, you get a Hoover when he don't get fuel, when she doesn't get fuel. But as long as she got a shiny little piece that they're playing with and there's sparkles on that piece called new fuel, they're going to keep moving. And then the fuel that they left you for, they're probably not there either. They don't went to other fuel. That's what they'll do. They are called wanderers. They are called travelers. They travel in and out of lives. They wander in and out of lives. They do not settle. They travel with suitcases loaded with the last load of bondages that they had with the relationship before you. And they tie these relationships together and they keep on moving as they demonstrate through their lives. Every relationship they've ever been with, they demonstrate through their mind every relationship they've ever been with. And I'm telling you, it is really difficult when you love someone that don't love you back. When you crave them, and it looked like for a minute, the first 3 months, the first 6 months, the first year you went through, you forgave them, but they stayed, they kept coming back. And you had those strong, intricate moments and intimate moments. And when you looked them in the eye, you kept thinking, I can change them. You kept thinking, if I change, this can happen. You kept thinking, just one more day, just one more month. If I just stay with them long enough, they would change their mind. If they see that I'm trying to change, if they see that I want everything for them that is good, if they see that I want to give them everything, and if they see that there's nothing that I won't do for them, then they would change. No, they won't. You would change. You will start losing yourself. You will lose grip of your reality. You will not know whether you're going or coming. Your mind fog will get greater and greater. Your interests, your goals, your dreams will start to dissipate. And you will look in the mirror one day and see this empty-eyed individual filled with pain and hurt that has to put on a facade every time you go out, because the reality of who you are is the brokenness that you never wanted. And you have to recognize that the narcissist does not long for you. And you said, but I'm the right supply. The narcissist recognize primary supply. The narcissist recognize supreme fuel. They do. And the narcissist will marry you to keep you intact. So when they can't find any other fuel, they always go to the fetal port. We call that the fetal port. That's home port. And in the home port, the main supply is so traumatized until they can't go anywhere. Why? Because they have locked their lives into something that will never be. And they'll look up and their lives will be a story of in the past. It would be like a wind that once blew. You won't know who you are. And you don't have to be 60 and 70 constantly saying it's going to work, it's going to work, it's going to work. And years, months pass you by and you look up and it's been 3 decades. You got 30 years under your belt. You got 40 years under your belt. You're 50 years old. You're 60 years old. You're 71 years old. And you giving your life and you never, ever, ever, ever got the confidence of them loving you, the confidence of them being with you, the confidence of them being committed with you. Not one time, not ever, because it's not in the narcissist schedule to lock down. Do the narcissist miss you? Absolutely not. Do the narcissist long for you and just crave you? Absolutely not. Do the narcissist recognize that you were the one and only, that you were the ultimate supply, and they were total fools, and they never should have lost you, and they'll never get another supply like you? Ultimately, no, because they're irresponsible, and that would never, ever happen in the mind of the narcissist. So you're thinking that because you are wonderful, you're loving, you're caring, you're giving, you're building. You want to build their lives. You want to stretch them. You want to support them. You want to show them that they can, that they will. You want to show them that they can be there and that you will be there. And you want to show them through thick or thin. I want you to know, ride or die, baby, I'm with you. And the narcissist can care less. And after a while, they will say, die, baby, die. No matter what you do for them, you are powerful, but you have to change your mind. You have to educate yourself about the narcissist. And I know that this is strong information, but I'm talking to a strong individual, male and female, that have went through torment. How long has it been? Has it been 1 year? How long has it been? 5 years or 20 years, 30 years, and you're still in the same boat. You never, ever had the reassurance. They never took responsibility. It was all your fault. It was never what they did. It was always what you said. It was always what you did. No, they would not miss you. And no, they would not regret. The only thing they regret is they regret that they didn't get more out of you. Hoovers is to come back for more of what you've experienced. So once you let them in again, if the road was tore up, you now can expect more to be torn up, because the narcissist is not changeable. They're not bendable, because the sense of grandiosity, the sense of entitlement, the sense of pride, and the sense that you should be glad that they are there, because many people would give their right arm for them. Yes, that's what they're thinking. So how can a person like that miss you when every new supply is just like a gold coin? They are totally in that supply, and they want that supply, and they tell that supply, I love you. And you look in their eyes and you believe them. And from the beginning, it was a lie. From the first time you met them to the last time you see them, there was no reality. Everything you ever built. You say, yeah, but I have children. That doesn't make it real. That makes the children real. That makes the children beautiful. That doesn't make the relationship real. So, when you say, but you don't understand, Destiny Helper, I gave them everything. I know. I gave them years. I know. And I love them. I know. All the information I gave you previously still stands. Nothing that I've said changed. Yes, you're hurt. We have recovery modules that we will walk you through. And we will walk you through your wholeness. We will walk you through to your healing. You can write me at destinyhelper12s@gmail.com. destinyhelper12s@gmail.com. Let me walk you through, and let's walk to wholeness. Let's walk to peace, and let's do it one session at a time. It can be done, and you can be healed, but you now don't have to live in regrets. Since the narcissist does not, you don't have to either, because regrets can lead to guilt, false guilt, where you blame yourself. If I just had done this better, if I could have done more, you could never have done more. The only thing you could have did is die. And you should refuse that, because the narcissist will require all the breath that you have left. I pray that this answered your question. It was a very, very intense module of information, but it was very true information. The narcissist does not miss you. And the narcissist has no the one. There's no the one with the narcissist. There's no such thing when you are triangulating. There's many ones. And every one, when they first meet them, it's like a gold coin. The only thing is they place more value on you when you are the primary source, so they can have something when everything else fails. They can come back to abuse you more until they can attach another gold coin. Life is bigger. Life is better. Let's choose it. We can have it. We can get it. It belongs to us. But we sometimes have to fight past the emotion and fight past the pain. And if you can't do this alone, with God's help, you can get a strategy that will help you stand up again, that will help you go again. And you and your children can look for a powerful future. And what was meant to hurt you, kill you, and evil, God will turn it to good. It will build you and cause you to live. Make sure that you subscribe to this YouTube channel if you really appreciate the information and you count the information valuable. Please like and share the page. I come on Thursday. Came on last Wednesday because of another schedule. But on Thursday night, right after our church services, I come on. Please join me. I would love, 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 love for you to join me. We have such an awesome family on our YouTube channel that joins with one another, and our information builds. We are the building blocks of each other's lives. We will hold your hands and we will wipe your eyes and we will lift your chin to tell you to do it again. I'm Helen Sattler, your Destiny Helper. Don't forget to subscribe, and every time I upload any new information and new content, you will be the first one that know. So subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and share the page. I will see you on the next video, and thank you so much. Keep the emails coming and keep the questions coming, and I will keep the information. God bless you.